Yes, lads, it is that time. It's time for a new season with Aston Villa. And with a new season, that means we're going to have to make some major changes to this team because Champions League football, it's all important this year. The board ain't going to put up with us being mediocre. This is the expectation. Critical on the brand exposure. 10 clean sheets this season could be difficult for us. And sign one player of a different nationality from the one of the club. Okay. That's a very weird way to state this, but we kind of get the gist of it. We will definitely do that. Continental, reach the final of the Champions League, win the league title. And although those objectives may seem super lofty, we're definitely without doubt going to try and achieve it, considering the board have given me 242 million to spend in this window. We are pulling no punches. We're also going to have some pretty big decisions to make when it comes to the squad. We already know we're making changes up top this season. That's the big thing that I'm going to do, and that's make changes up top. Does that mean that we keep Ollie Watkins and Palvidis, both of them? Someone did mention dropping Ollie Watkins to CF, but we already have Ramsey and Minamino there. Now, I love Minamino, so I don't see that changing. We also have to consider what's going to happen out wide. Moussa Diaby is highly touted to be making a move to Real Madrid in this window. I don't want that to happen. Also, we're going to see Matoma leave the club. He's unhappy. He doesn't want to be here. It hasn't really worked out for him, unfortunately, and it's probably his time to go. And last but not least, we did also list Youri Tielemans. His time at the club, in my opinion, is done, so we're going to move him on and either bring in fresh legs or start using some of the youth. But considering what the board want me to achieve to be successful in the amount of money they've given me, youth might not be the way forward this year. Now, I've gone through, I've added a ton more players to the list. We're going to fast forward. We're going to see what kind of damage we can do once some of these players move off the books and we start eyeing out our targets for the first signing. But before we can get into eyeing up any of those targets, Matoma has received a bid from PSG, and who am I to stand in the man's way? Next up would be a bid from Italian giants AC Milan for Youri Tielemans at 42 million. Man, I'm so happy to accept this deal for Tielemans. And it wouldn't take long for Matoma to accept the deal from PSG. He's signed for an absolute ton of money, as you can imagine. He's going to leave Aston Villa and just go there and not win the Champions League ever. We're also going to be trying to get some of the young players out on loan. We've already got one in for Duran to Braga. I think that'd be a great deal. And Gutierrez, the young Portuguese right back from the academy as well. We're going to delegate a loan out for him. It'd be Borussia Dortmund coming in, though, for Moussa Diaby, and I don't think Dortmund's the right destination for him. Also, weirdly, Tottenham coming in for Youri Tielemans. I actually think that's a great deal for him, but do I want Manar Solomon? No, not in this save. He's not going to be a big enough improvement. And straight after rejecting that from Tottenham, Youri Tielemans does make the decision that he will be heading to Italy and joining AC Milan. In the midst of all this transfer chaos, we do have a scout report back from Belgium. Is there going to be any more superstars? There might be two here. Max Stevens, though, not looking like he's going to be good enough. But Kylian Marchal actually looks unbelievable. At 1.3 million and the age of 15, could he be a wonder kid gem for the future? We've already seen Lejeune join the club, looking pretty decent so far. Still a long way to go before he could become a starter. Marchal could be just what we're looking for. At 5'11", though, it's not really what I like to see height-wise for a defender. But Lisandro Martinez from Manchester United plays this position, and he does it pretty well. So I think we're going to make the decision right now when I look at him to actually keep him as a centre-back. To my surprise, we're going to receive a transfer bid here for Ollie Watkins as well. It's 45 million from AC Milan. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of considering this one with us looking to bring a new striker this window. Palvidis not being at the club that long. Ollie Watkins not performing fantastically last season. At 29, maybe is this the season that we let him go? But after I'm in an hour about it, I think we're going to reject it for now. Ollie Watkins is a big part of this club. I've decided on our first signing, though. It's one that's been requested quite a lot in the comments section, and that's Alejandro Garnacho from Lens, not from Manchester United. He is signed for Lens in this save, 81 rated overall. He's probably going to be a bit of a backup to Jack Grealish, but we need the squad depth this season. We're going to go and get ourselves an A for this one. I mean, that's a good bit of business from you guys in the comments section. And that does go one step further to helping us achieve the objective we needed to this season. Outside one player of a different nationality from the one of the club. I wouldn't say it makes the board love me. They just hate me a little bit less now. And even though we made that big signing for Garnacho, we still have so much money left in the bank to make the changes we need to be a Champions League and Premier League contender this season. We knew this moment was going to come this season at some point, and that moment has finally come. And I did say, I called it when the big bid came in from a big team, we would let Moussa Diaby leave the club. And that big bid has just come in, 133 million from Manchester City, reigning champions Manchester City. There's no way we can turn this one down. That means we're going to have to try and find a replacement, though, for Moussa Diaby. But with 133 million, we might have a good chance of finding someone. And wow, it really didn't take him long to agree the deal. Only a couple of days later, and Moussa Diaby makes the move to Manchester City. That leaves us with a whopping 410 million. This is going to be the biggest facelift the club has ever received in its entirety. And I'm really going to have to put the work in here in order to try and have the squad ready to compete in the Champions League and the Premier League this season. I'm going to need your help in the comments down below. And when it comes to options out on the wide right now, I wouldn't say that we're absolutely blessed. I do really have my eyes though on Kubo. We've used him before and he was fantastic. Also, Mohamed Salah's time at Liverpool could actually come to an end in this save. It might be time for him to make a move at the age of 33, maybe a new challenge. Playing under Yorkie at Aston Villa could be the right move for Mohamed Salah. But all jokes aside, actually our scouting on the right-hand side has been pretty poor, so I'm really going to need suggestions for a right winger. And right now, really, apart from Leon Bailey, we don't have that many options, although Garnacho and Grealish can all play on the right-hand side, and so can Ramsey if need be. But this starting 11 just doesn't scream out to me, you can win a Champions League or challenge for a Premier League title. I do think our new signing, though, Rodrigo de Paul does help take us to the new level, though. He's a World Cup winner and has so much experience in the big tournament stage. I think a veteran like this, only 31, is a very smart deal. He's going to easily slot into the starting 11 right next to Mason Mount and instantly make us better. I'll tell you one thing that's a big weight lifted, though, is a lot more green faces in the morale and the fact that we only have 2 goalkeepers at the club now. We've finally managed to move on Marshall and Bow. But overall, I am a little bit worried, and especially in the midfield positions at this stage. And with the first game in the Premier League against West Ham quickly approaching, we're really going to have to make some decisions here soon. We may have to do a major rebuild of the squad with transfers, but things are looking pretty good on the youth front. This is another £1.3 million value player from Belgium. And at 15, he's going to have plenty of time to develop. And he looks pretty decent. He's a very good dribbler of football. And since we're lacking out wide, I'm instantly going to make the decision to retrain him as a winger. We're going to give him at least a couple of months on the wing training, see how he improves. But with the clock ticking down before the West Ham game, I've gone out and decided to get ourselves another central midfielder. I just felt like we needed more depth there. And we've gone for Manu Kone. He was at Crystal Palace, 82 overall. He looks pretty tasty. That gives us Mount, DePaul, McGinn, and Juve as well. So I feel like we have cover now in the center of the park. McGinn will probably start to see less minutes as the season goes on. It is now time, though, for us to focus on the Premier League. In our first game at the London Stadium against West Ham, this will be our starting 11. It is, in my mind, our strongest. Not necessarily overall. I just want to see how Garnacho does, but Leon Bailey probably will be strongest there on the right. It's going to be Mason Mount and DePaul in the center of the park today. I'm excited about that partnership. Opted for Ollie Watkins as well up top. I don't know what we're doing at striker. I write it down, but it's going to be Ollie Watkins today. Helvidis on the bench. But I think the sooner we can bring in a new striker, the better. But it is making me think maybe we need to move one of them on. And I've had several bids for both of them. Grealish to DePaul. Pull that in early. Watkins, that's a good ball. Minamino. Oh my God, we nearly opened up the scoring straight away. Nice, tidy football. Like, I'm kind of hoping for that this season. We played quite a lot of aggressive counter style of football. I want a little bit of tidier football this season. We've got the players now to kind of achieve that. And I want to see if we can achieve that. That's a great switch, that. I'm not going to lie. That was a great switch. Minamino. Oh, I thought he was going to score a screamer. Now, the striker that West Ham have signed, I nearly went for. That was a good save. Don't give me that was offside. Yeah, Daye or Da. I don't know how you say his name. He is a striker that we wanted. He looks really good. Well, if this ain't a good free kick position for me to absolutely mess it up, I don't know what is. I felt like DePaul probably better, but I always forget Mason Mount is actually a really good free kick taker. Let's just... I'm not even gonna talk about this that much. I'm just going to fire something off and see what happens. I hit the wall. Every damn time, no matter how much power I put on it. Pull there. Minamino. That is great play. That is great play. Back into the ball to try and score his first goal for the club. He's going to be special. He might go under the radar when it comes to transfers. He's going to be big. I think him and Mount playing together is going to be big as well. That's a great ball back into Grealish. Oh, Areola with a big save, and they just clear it off the line. It is all Aston Villa right now. I'm enjoying the dominance, but I'm not enjoying the lack there of a goal. Gal, that's a Grealish. Lovely. That was lovely. Ollie Watkins. Up to Garnacho. Garnacho, then back to Minamino. Back into Ollie Watkins. What a goal. Is he going to change my mind in the early stages of this season on what we do with him? But Ollie Watkins will make it 1-0 for Aston Villa. Can't say it's nothing more than what we deserved, though. We've dominated this first half. Into the Paul. The Paul. Good flick. Ollie Watkins again. Great defending from Rudiger there. Oh, I'm so open to not messing up. And that is a dangerous free kick. They've made the change to bring on Kudos. We're going to bring on Lamptey and Isaac Fowler. Minamino's been good, but I'm cautious of him. Had to tire out a little bit. I knew that was going on goal. I knew that was going on goal. Oh, we need to get it clear. You actually end up getting it clear in the end. And we haven't really tried to break in this game. But this might be the moment now for Rodrigo de Paul to cut his teeth as an Aston Villa player. Straight at Areola. Oh, that was a big mistake. De Paul. Alvarez blocks it. We can't get the second at this stage. Second goal would be super important to just tie this up. Oh my God, save. Oh, that's a great ball in toward Prowse. And I knew it 1-0. It just wasn't enough. We've been susceptible to this in past seasons. And it's coming to bite us again. We had so many opportunities, so many chances that we've created. And a last gasp equalizer is going to go in for West Ham. And there wasn't even chance to try and create something from the kickoff. That's how late that goal was in the game. That is so frustrating, but we kind of know this feeling as Aston Villa right now. It's all right. It's only Liverpool next. I'm sure we'll bounce back. Their team's looking a little changed as well. In defense, they've got Vanderberg. They've also got Adley up top, he's a danger man. I did notice that they sold Darwin Núñez to Borussia Dortmund. And apart from bringing Bailey into the starting 11, it's going to be unchanged for us. That midfield of De Paul and Mount are going to be fantastic as the season goes on. I just know that we have to score more than one. It's me. I'm a bottle job on this game. It's me mentally. I am a bottle job. 2 goals for Mohamed Salah in the last game. Maybe his time at Liverpool isn't done just yet. First home game of the season, though. We need clean sheets at home. And you need to win these kind of games if we're going to be title challengers. This is a game you'd need to win. They're really giving Leon Bailey this space. Leon Bailey drives into it. He's going to keep driving into it, and then he's going to pull it back. That's great. Minamino needed to first time hit that. He wanted to try and control it. Why is that one? Grealish. Oh, that's a good ball, actually. Ollie Watkins back across. Minamino into the Paul. First goal. Oh, Virgil van Dijk is there. Of course he is. Salah doesn't seem to have lost a step, does he? To be honest with you. And that's a good ball into McAllister. We are blocking them off nicely, and this might leave space. We know that if you're going to counter against anyone, it's Liverpool, but not like that. With the ball here, though. That is just fantastic. Get in there, Mount. Oh, we get away with that. This has been a back and forth game so far. Adley has pace. Oh, that's a great ball. What a save. You got to get to the second one, though, lads. You have to get to the second one. Mohamed Salah taps it home. It's great for Martinez to rush out, but the backline really don't do enough. We have to be getting to the second ball there. Really infuriating. And although Liverpool still are better than us, there's a lot of work for us to do. I would have expected a bit more there. Diaz, that is a great run from Diaz. Don't let him pull it back. Well in. Liverpool here seemingly still as good as they've ever been. They're dominating this game. It doesn't feel like we have a dog in this fight right now. We're just clearing the ball consistently at this stage, but it's not yielding to any success for us. And we just have to hope we can come out in the second half with something special. I take a point. In these games, you take a point. We still know we have a long way to go in this transfer window. We lost Diaby, and no one so far on that right-hand side has had an impact like him. So, as we're starting to try and make these changes and build the squad for this season, these games are going to be really hard early doors. That's why we needed to beat West Ham. Well, it is just us being Clearance FC right now. It really is. It's kind of just worked out that way as Adley puts it wide. And that'll be his last action as he's going to come off and Gakpo will go up top. Okay. Fires that one in. Diaby. Was the ball in? Was the ball in? I wanted the ball over to Minamino. That final third pass from us has just not been there today. Minamino's found. That wasn't bad. The Paul. Oh, big block again. Virgil van Dijk has been there all day. Oh, this is too nice from them. This is too nice. Salah's shot save. I go short from the corner. Liverpool often do. That's just going to hit Kone. We tried to get that away, and we finally do. Ramsey, for the first time, is going to break. I've made a whole host of subs, and Ramsey is going to be absolutely begging anyone. Garnacho is saying he wants it. He was coming in, but Carvajal was there. And that will probably be the final attack for us of this game, if I'm being honest with you. Because Liverpool were just too good. They genuinely were. It kind of still shows where we're at. Will we mount a title fight this year? Maybe. It's going to take time. And we still have barely built this team. There is so much money left to spend for the next episode, and that you guys are going to help me spend it. I think Garnacho is going to be a good signing, especially against the smaller sides where we want to hold the ball more. I really struggled to hold the ball there against Liverpool, though. I'm very disappointed that we did another Aston Villa-y thing against West Ham, which is going to see us sitting in 15th place in the Premier League. But with over a week left of the transfer window to go and 332 million to spend, and we are going to spend the majority of that, this squad is going to look very different by the end of the next episode. So don't miss out on that one. Smash that subscribe button. You don't want to miss it. Give feedback in the comments now, lads. There is no one too big for us. We have so much money. We're filthy rich. Hopefully, we can bring in the players we need. But let's be honest. After watching that, there is no doubt in my mind, striker has to happen. It was great to see Ollie Watkins get a goal, but that was like him last season. We were too infrequent. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you all. And I will see you for the next episode. But boys, it's going to be chaos.